is this a fishing video or not? Man, it's supposed to be. It was gonna be. I mean, I had this all rigged out, man. I had this game plan that I was gonna do something kind of different. I was gonna have, we had the Sam Rayburn Open was coming up, the Bassmaster Open, and I was gonna kind of give you all a little preview into how I got ready for this. Like, I was gonna get all my stuff rigged up. I was gonna tell you why I was rigging things up, what I had going on in my head. It was gonna be this whole conglomerate video of like the craziness of how my head works and how I was gonna get ready for this event. And it was gonna be like a really in-depth look on how to prepare for one, how I was gonna practice for it, what my thoughts on how to win it, all these things, man. And I got into this video. I dove into it. And I'm gonna play this video. I'm gonna have this video up, but sometimes in life, man, things hit you. And man, I got hit with a question I wasn't expecting. I was ready for it, but it was out of the blue. And I'd say 99% of the time you don't ever have a camera rolling when this goes on, but I had my camera rolling. And my son came up to me and asked me a question. So when I started this YouTube thing months ago, man, I was all jacked up, man. I wasn't really worried about the YouTube part of it. I was just making videos. I was just taking my footage from fish catches, and that's what I was gonna do. And then I kind of progressed a little bit more into making these tip videos, and then the bass singer therapies and all these other videos like started popping up. And it's mainly men fishing stuff. But, you know, I don't think I'm just gonna stop there. You know, I think I'm gonna just kind of keep on diving into more and more stuff. It's gonna be fishing related, don't get me wrong, but when things happen, if I can capture it, I'm gonna capture it, and I'm gonna share with y'all some of that stuff. Some of you guys, maybe all y'all want to do is fishing, and I get that, right? But I look at this as not all my videos people like. Not all my videos are helpful for other people. Certain people only like certain videos that are helpful. Now I'm gonna look at this in this way. If I can help one person in a video, whether it's a fishing tip, something going on in their life, anything, that's good for me. So I'm always gonna view it that way. So this is a video that is really, I'm gonna be honest with you, it's really special to me. It caught me off guard. And so I didn't wrestle with making the video, but I didn't really know how to do it. And so I'm not gonna edit a whole bunch of things. I'm gonna show you all the part that I like, and then at the end I'm gonna go back to how the video started. And so there's some fishing stuff in there. It's not complete. The video is kind of gonna end kind of abruptly because this question ended the video kind of abruptly, but I'm gonna play the question first. So here it is. Like I said, I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope you like it. And trust me, the next one will be my Rayburn practice video. I'll kind of dive into how we did a whole bunch of other stuff. I'll show a bunch of practice footage, all the things we did. There'll kind of be a little story leading up to how that practice started, how it ended, and then how the tournament started and ended, and kind of see like an overview of how these tournaments really go. They never work out how you ever plan them. They never have. If they do, you usually win the event, but 9 times out of 10, that never works out. But anyways, here's the video, guys. Enjoy. The Bassmaster Open on Rayburn. Where did I even begin? I hadn't even fished in the past 2 days. I kind of wanted to go hunting and get away from it all. So I went dove hunting back home. I kind of do it every
Why did Jesus die on the cross for us?
Why? So we can go to heaven?
But we're not going to heaven.
Yeah, we are.
Not right now.
No, but if we die, we do. We got to go to. People either go to heaven or hell, and hell's not good. Hell's a bad, bad place. But heaven is like the most fun place ever. Because Jesus is there and everyone's super, super nice and
And he will allow you to wear what?
well, it's a place that like it's better than here. Imagine being happy all the time. Never being sad. Imagine nothing can ever hurt you.
What does hell do?
Huh?
What does hell do?
Imagine being where it's fire all around you, people are crying, people are mean, and all you want to do is cry. And imagine the worst day you've ever had, Michael, and it's like that every day. You don't want to go to their place, do you? Yeah, I know. So
I almost said hell.
So God died on the cross so we can go to heaven.
Then why are we not going?
Well, it's when we die. You know what sins are? You know what a sin is? No? Come over here. A sin is when you do something bad. When you lie, when you're being mean to your sister, things like that. Those are sins. Okay?
Thanks.
And sins, the devil down in hell, he's kind of what makes you sin. Okay?
Can you open that?
Are you listening? So, Jesus, if all we did was sin, we'd all go to hell, right? But Jesus, who's God's son, died on the cross. And he washed away all of our sins. And what that means is since he went and died
We
on the
won't go to hell.
Well, yeah, well, you won't go to hell if you believe in Jesus. That's all you got to do is believe in Jesus.
I already believe.
Yeah. So if you believe in Jesus and you thank him for dying on the cross, that way all the sins that you've made, then you've done.
So like Rami is not in the thing,
And where?
the box.
Okay, her body is, but her soul, her like in her heart and everything here, it leaves your body and it goes up to heaven.
How?
Well, that's what happens.
It's weird.
I know it's weird, and you'll understand more. But you kind of already understand who I need. You kind of already understand a
They're
lot.
small. How can the bass eat that? How can the bass eat this?
You've caught them out there on that before.
Can I cut this? This worm. What? That doesn't even cut.
Yeah, those aren't cutters.
These
Here,
are.
cut this right here. Cut. Thanks. Well, what's pretty cool about this, and I'll share this with y'all. Pretty cool have my son come up and ask me about Jesus and heaven and hell. So that was a pretty cool. He's never really asked me about that. We talk about it, but for him to come up and ask me on his own is pretty cool. So that won't be the only talk we ever get to do, but hopefully that it gets him thinking and it'll be something pretty cool, huh? Just talking to some people. Anyways, thought I'd share that with y'all. Stop. I'm not going up there. The Bassmaster Open on Rayburn. Where do I even begin? I hadn't even fished in the past 2 days. I kind of wanted to go hunting and get away from it all. So I went dove hunting back home. I kind of do it every year. And I kind of spent more time on Rayburn this, the beginning of the week. So I've still got 3 more days, but right now it's, I mean, look at this, guys. It is, I got rods over there. I've got a garage that's horribly unorganized, and I'm getting everything ready to leave. Really, I'm just gonna shoot a video, and it got me thinking about, this is gonna be a more behind the scenes video, you know, something about like how I'm prepping for this thing. Like I'm trying to get all my rods and reels. A lot of this stuff I probably will never even throw till the tournament. I think what I'm gonna do in this video, and this one might be one of my, how do I put this, man? This is gonna be a real in-depth look at like what's going on in my head. And listen, a lot of these videos we do, or at least I do, have been, some have been technique driven. Some of them like, hey, how to fish this? What's my setup here? To me, this is probably the most important video. This is probably the most important thing I think there is to catching fish. And it is, I'm trying to figure out right now the decisions I'm about to make, because there's some tough decisions I'm about to make. And I'm having to kind of figure it out, whether it be talking with some people. And the reason I say talking with some people, kind of seeing how the lake's fishing. I've got in my head, there's 2 ways to possibly win this thing. And one of them is, I wouldn't say more of a gamble, but the way the lake's fishing right now, you can either try to go catch a big bag and try to build a lead, or catch a big bag in 1 of 3 days, right? Or do you kind of want to not play it safe, but kind of go for maybe a bag that's a little bit more consistent every single day? I think guys, I think I can do that. The other one though is how I always fish, is I always try to go for a big bag. And so I'll kind of go over, like I'm rigging up everything. I'll be out here for a couple hours. I'm gonna leave this video on, and what's gonna happen is I'm gonna kind of talk about some things about like why I'm rigging certain things up, and then talk about kind of what's in my head about why I want to fish, or I'm trying to, that's my biggest problem, is not really catching fish. I think I know how to catch fish, but I think you have to go about it in a certain way to maybe to win this thing. Like, I'm gonna go do this no matter what, because I have a good chance of winning this way, and I really don't know how else to catch them. I think there's a couple things going on right now, and it's just whether or not how I want to play this deal. So this is going to be a kind of an interesting one. This is going to be a real in-depth look about like what's going on in my head, and it's not so much the fishing aspect of it. I mean, I think certain guys are out there just trying to get bit. I'm trying to get bit in a different way, and I spent pretty much a week trying to get bit in a way that no one else is going to get bit. I'll be honest with you. I think I found a way that I will probably be the only person on the lake doing it. I don't think I've got miles of banks and things that I don't think anyone's ever going to even make a cast at. It's like not a safe bet, but it's a way that I like it. Like, it don't matter. Put 400 or 500 boats on this lake, I'm not worried about it. I spent a long time. I spent 5 days, man, really trying to figure something out that's different. I figured it out years and years ago, and won a tournament this time of the year, but it hasn't really ever been the same, and they're different now. The lake level's different than when I caught them, and they're acting a little bit different. And I don't know if I just trust it to catch this like 20 to 22 pound bag. I won the tournament. It was a 2-day BFL with like 40 something pounds. But I don't know. I kind of shook some off. I'm still, they're not on the same places. I'm having to like totally relearn things, and I'm gonna go try to. But okay, I'm totally relearning things. But the problem is there's a whole nother section of the lake I want to go do it in. But I also have I got certain parts of the lake too that I haven't been in practice. So, and it's kind of where I'm used to, like, you know, cut my teeth on. Like, that's where I usually do most of my fishing. So I'm kind of into the limit. Do I go off of history? Do I go off of what I'm learning now? And it's not really history. It's just like, you know, I know that there's certain places in the grass and certain things and some deep water stuff. Like, I know all that. Some of it will fire. So maybe in this, as I'm rigging up and stuff, I'll kind of talk and hit on some of those points. Some of y'all might not like this video. I think it's more, I think this is how you win tournaments. I don't think so much of it sometimes is out there on the water learning, like, say, how to flip grass or something. Like, it's, you have to learn and know how to do that, right? To where if that's a way to win, you got to be able to do it. This is more of like, okay, well, how do I get over that hump of, how do I try to go win one of these things? How do I, like, make a decision before the tournament? Because what's cool about Rayburn is the good and the bad. You still, I'm not one of those guys that ever just goes out to a spot and, like, catches them. I mean, it happens once every 2 or 3 years. It's usually like going out there and figuring out hour by hour, like, they'll change, and then, like, changing with them. So that's what we're gonna do. So we'll talk about that. I'll kind of leave this rolling, and then if something pops in my head, and you can kind of see how I'm rigging up and stuff like that. So stay tuned if you want to see, like, more behind the scenes, in-depth look at preparing for the Bassmaster Open on Sam Rayburn.